Right, there was an amendment to the resolution on the millage when the school board came to us and asked us to pass on a proposal for a vote of the people for funding for the school system. It was up to 15 mills. They came back and said they wanted to amend that to, no, I'm sorry, originally it was 15 mills. They came back and asked to amend it up to 15 mills, and instead of having just one election, one or more elections. And the reason for that was after the public hearing we had the other night, I went and talked to them and asked them to come up with maybe more flexibility or a plan that might be more viable, that might pass. And so they're going to come and have public forums, talk to the community, come back to the commission, and with a final draft that will get on the ballot if it goes to the state and if they approve it. So that's what they're doing.
So it can be as low as 3 mills.
Yes.
But not to exceed
15 mills, that's correct.
And with the 1 or 2 elections, how does that work?
Well, that's just what they may do, and I don't want to speak for the school board, what plan they might come out, but they could come out and say, what we're going to do is ask for 5 mills. And then 2 years later come back and ask for another 5 mills. It'll give them more options, and the state, they don't have to go back to the state, but it will always be a vote of the people.
Can you comment on the cost of an election like this? And I had heard it was roughly around $40,000 to do an election, and then the fact that we may be up to 2 or 3 now. What does that do to budget elsewhere?
Well, obviously it's going to, anytime we have more election, it takes money out of our budget. But you can't have a property referendum and have it during a regular election. The state law says it has to stand on its own. So that's what will happen, and my understanding runs around $80,000, somewhere in that area.
But it is spelled out that it has to be its own separate election.
Yes, that is correct.
Just curious.
Have you spoke with the legislative delegation at all before they wanted super majority, simple majority, of what it's going to take for them to consider it?
They would prefer a unanimous vote. And of course I told them I don't know that we could get that, but whatever we brought forward they will consider, they said. Consider.
What is the timeline on something like this actually coming back to us?
We have to advertise it for 4 weeks. And after 4 weeks it could go to the state. And during that time they consider it, and it'll probably be, before it will come back to us to look at what the final form will be, is probably 4 months. And it depends on the speed of the state and who approves elections.
The Justice Department.
I apologize. The Justice Department has to approve it also. So this is a several-month process that's going to take before we even get to the vote.
So do you think if it passes, it will be a good thing for the city?
Well, I definitely think it's our opportunity to have discussion in the community about our school system, and I also believe I believe our community has to decide how we're going to take care of and fund our education.